Joe Henderson, and we're at Chanticleer Garden today. I'm a horticulturalist here, and I take care of the pond and the Asian woods. And here today to talk about Clematis. Right here we have Clematis jackmanii that we have grown over some Cephalotaxis Harringtonia and Fastigiata upright. And Lisa, the gardener for this area, the ruin, has splayed out all of the tendrils of the Clematis so that it doesn't block too much light from the evergreen needles of the Cephalotaxis. I just want to point out the nature of the flowers of these, of Samaritan Joe, is much more, I would say, purple along the edges. In fuller sun, these come out a little bit more pinker. This was a part of the Clematis trial we had back in 2014 with the International Clematis Society. And over here we have Laura. And Laura was another trial plant that we used. It has a really nice blue, but it's been finishing up now. We had a long, cool spring, but right now you can see most of them, but it had a very good long display. Another trial plant that we have is I Am Happy. This is under a bald cypress that's called Taxodium ascendens, and right next to a rhododendron calendulaceum with this fiery orange color on the flowers. Two that are doing really well are our Clematis, is Clematis Dark Eyes and Samaritan Joe. And out here, it's not so purple, but it's a little more pink on the edges, like a light pinkety. You can see Dark Eyes here. This does a little bit of the green on the outside of the tepals, almost like Alba luxurians.
Hello, my name is David Mattern. I'm a horticulturist here at Chanticleer. I am responsible for the Chanticleer house and terraces here, which I'm going to take you around today. One of the first clematis that I want to show you that I'm growing in this area is Madame Julia Coravon. It's growing right along the pillars here as you enter in. It's just sort of rambling along the rows and the hydrangeas as you enter on through. It's been doing really well in that space. So I'm going to show you Clematis Sweet Summer Love. And it's been one that's been doing really well. I have the original that was in the trial in containers, and I also have a few others that I'm growing around. So actually, it's not in bloom yet because it's going to come into bloom into summertime, but you can see it just starting to emerge up through my cotinus. That variation of color that it has goes really well with the chartreuse foliage of my cotinus that I coppice every year. Coming along through, as part of the croquet lawn, is the blue and yellow border, named aptly because it's blue and yellow color, so there's always something kind of cheerful going on. Clematis durandii is in this beds, and they're left to kind of ramble through my beds. One of my favorite clematis, personal favorite. Now down along the other end, I'll show you another example of Clematis Sweet Summer Love. The way that the sun moves, this is sort of east-westernly facing. So that side is sunny in the morning and then shady in the afternoon. This is the opposite. Shady in the morning and then sunny in the afternoon. And both of them do pretty well. Clematis Sweet Summer Love is doing pretty well on both sides. And they're just starting to ramble up into the trees. You'll see I have durandii down here as well. And it's actually quite nice because it'll poke its head through the balustrades in the summertime, and you'll see it sort of facing down along the other side as you're walking up. I wanted to show you from this vista, looking out in along the bathhouse that you see on the right. I have Clematis Laura, which is another one as part of our trials. I think it contrasts really, really beautifully with these sort of blue copper colors that are all around. Here we have Clematis William Kennett, in addition to the roses as well. It always puts on a really good show for me, so I'm quite happy with it. Coming down into the pool area, I'll finish with another favorite of mine. I'm saying this a lot, but that's okay. Clematis Rigucci, which is along our wall here, and so it's just starting to establish itself. It's only about 3 years old, and it's starting to climb onto my my fencing that I have built here.
Hi, this is Joe Henderson again, and right now we're here to show you another trial plant, and this is Clematis East River. And here I have it sprawling over a black pine, and the flowers are really quite huge. I also want to show you another clematis up here. This is a species clematis. It's called Clematis taxensis, and I have it growing over a contorted canomeles or flowering quint. And I like the way they look. It remind me of like little strawberries, the way they peek their head up.
So thanks for stopping in.
All right, I'll see you, Jeff.